The Philadelphia 76ers have defied all odds and become one of the best teams in the league 1 year removed from a disastrous campaign. They're on an 8-game winning streak, have sole possession of first in the East, yet there's a guy lurking in the shadows that has been here from the beginning and not given his just due for the arrival of this squad. We know about Doc and Daryl, but why have we conveniently forgotten about Elton Brand? A big what's up to everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to be talking about none other than GM Elton Brand of our Philadelphia 76ers, and while I believe the man deserves more credit than what he has been given from the fan base. I'm gonna give you 4 reasons and probably a little bit more honorable mentions. With that being said, sub a brother up for more unique Sixers content, because you know what we do here. Without further delay in chatting, let's get to the video. He is the reason why Matisse Thybulle is a Philadelphia 76er, and spoiler alert, it was not that simple to get him. If you didn't know already, Matisse Thybulle was not drafted by the Sixers. That is right, he was drafted by the rival Boston Celtics. Now, how did he become a part of our team? On draft night 2019, the Sixers, led by GM Elton Brand, traded the 24th pick and the 33rd pick for Tease. At the time, many scrutinized the trade because we needed starters on our roster. Fans were wary of doing business with Mr. Danny Ainge, who was known for finessing teams in that department. Elton Brand didn't care, right? And looking back, he actually got it right, giving up what would eventually become Carson Edwards that draft and Payton Pritchard the next draft for someone of Tease's defensive impact in year 2 of his career is an absolute steal. Not only did Elton Brand finesse the Celtics GM, who everybody, especially the national media, did over, but indeed got payback for the Markelle Jason Tatum swap a few years earlier. Obviously, I am lying. Number 2, he went for it all during his first season as GM. And only a few weeks into his tenure as general manager of the Sixers, Elton Brand went for the kit and caboodle and traded for Jimmy Butler on some decent value, giving up my guys Dario Saric and Robert Covington. A few months later, after realizing he made a mistake, he traded for Tobias Harris for essentially Landry Shamet and 2 first-round picks. Not bad value for a fringe all-star. Now, I must make it known, I was not a fan of the Jimmy trade when it occurred, and I'm kind of still not on that wave right now. I felt as though we should have, grown our own core, grown our young core with Cov and Dario, as we had some of the best chemistry in the league at that time. Other than the fact that we won 50+ games their first season together, Dario, Covington, TJ, the old head crews, Embiid, and Ben. The first year together, 3rd seed, 50+ wins. Come on now, dog. We could have won that joint. But I digress. Regardless, looking back, you have to give a man credit for seeing a championship opening and walking through it with the uber talent of Joel Embiid and Benjamin 1 Point Simmons. The collection of talent in that 2018-2019 season took us farther than we've ever been in the playoffs since 2001, and Bulls were literally a second away from an Eastern Conference Finals playoff berth. Teams usually make one big trade during their season. Elton Brand made 2. Sticking to Jimmy and Toby during free agency that offseason, we were able to obtain Tobias on a 5-year deal, which wasn't promising at first. Blame Brett Brown or blame the bubble, weird season, whatever. But now looking back, what can you really say about it? Toby is living up to the contract. He is a perfect 3rd star next to Ben and Joel. Put it like this, Philadelphia has never signed a quality, above average, fringe all-star player, especially at the beginning of their prime. If I am wrong, point me to the free agent signing the last few years. Honestly, the odds are we probably wouldn't even have gotten meetings with these stars during that free agency period. So Elton Brand upped his odds into signing these Bulls by trading for them first, getting them to understand the culture of the team and see how they can fit in with Joel and Ben. And since he had 2 options, he, increased his odds so that if one left, he could keep the other. And that's ultimately what happened. The signing was critical no matter how you cut it. Switching gears toward Jimmy Butler, even though we didn't get to retain him, we did at least get something out of it, negotiating a sign and trade deal for Josh Richardson, who would ultimately be flipped for Seth Curry. As we all know, Jimmy could have walked and left us with nothing like most free agency transactions. But Elton didn't let that occur. I must also throw in that he didn't get sucked into re-signing JJ Redick for an outrageous number price and year price, as the fraud sharpshooter has been dealing with father time issues a lot recently. Elton Brand made sure to get defense. He coveted defense over immediate offensive fix that can always be found in today's NBA shoot-'em-up league. Defense wins championships. Now, yes, we're going to have to talk about Al Horford. Now, wait, I know you're probably like, what the hell is this boy even talking about? Al $190 million Horford. That was an Elton Brand failure, depending on a certain point of view. Think about it for a second. Signing Horford made it easier for Embiid overall, as we know Horford was an Embiid killer while in Boston. Now, yes, the pair was a complete disaster last year and literally almost broke up the whole squad. But put it like this. In hindsight, it was a genius move. Elton dismantled the Celtics, a divisional rival, and the Sixers' biggest mental hurdle by taking their center away from them. Since the Al Horford signing, the Sixers are 7-1 against the Celtics during the regular season. True or false? The Celtics have been hella mediocre this season. They have been trying to recover from that deal and not having a competent center, while we have moved past it. Brand played Machiavellian chess and got Horford out of the picture for Joel Embiid's sake. Al has gone west, and even if Boston signs Al back in the next few years, the man is old and will not be able to contain Embiid as he did before. Looking at their center now, Robert Time Lord Williams will never be a top 5 center at the position and cannot give Joel Embiid problems. That is how Boston beat us in the past. That is no more. Thank Elton Brand for that. And fourth and finally, Elton Brand brought in Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey into the Sixers organization. He made sure to scoop up Doc after he was fired by the Clippers before anyone else talked to him. Doc was considering retiring or at least going on a break. Elton said, nah, I'm about to get this ball right here, right now, and he made it work. That obviously made an impression. One day after Doc was fired, he was on a plane to Philly that showed that we wanted him and saw the potential of him becoming our coach. Once again, Elton did that. I am on record saying that hiring Doc saved the future of this team, its trajectory, and I'm correct in each passing day that goes by. We were on the road to hiring Mike D'Antoni, bro. Like, I repeat, we were on the road to hiring Mike D'Antoni. The basketball guys and Steve Ballmer blessed us with Doc, and it's looking like we are on the road to fruition. In addition to getting Doc as coach, Elton Brand angled for the hiring of Daryl Morey into the fold without complaint and stayed a team player throughout the whole process. Daryl's accolades and moves this season already speaks for themselves, so we don't have to get into it. But time and time again, he is on record saying that Elton is an important piece of the operation and has a say in the deals that he makes to this day.
Elton's going to be one of the all-time great execs in this league. And
like it or not, if you want to believe it or not, Elton Brand, general manager of the Philadelphia 76ers, your Philadelphia 76ers, is a major reason why the team has been successful this year, and he deserves more credit, or at the very least, more praise than what he's been getting the last few months. And that's what we're going to do on this channel. You're a real one, Elton. You got a style ball. You have been aggressive since day one. You have corrected your mistakes. You have dismantled the bum Boston Celtics and are the reason why Doc Rivers and Daryl Morey are a part of this organization. You made us relevant. The only move that I really didn't like from Elton was when he let go James Ennis III for like a bag of chips, because that was my guy. Like, that was my glue ball. But I mean, in general, he even got Tyrese Maxey back for Markelle Fultz during that trade. So it is what it is. Nobody is perfect. So we have a special guest this week. I'm joined by Mitch, who runs his own YouTube channel where he talks about everything Philadelphia sports. And I brought him here this week to basically give his opinions on Elton Brand's tenure as the GM so far. Take it away, Mitch.
Yo, Keen, thank you for having me on, man. So you wanted me to talk to you about Elton Brand's tenure as the Sixers GM. Well, first, he was signed in 2018 after the whole Colangelo fiasco. The moves he made in 2018, we get Jimmy Butler by trading away Dario Saric, Robert Covington, Jared Bayless, and then we get Tobias Harris. We get Tobias Harris by giving them Landry Shamet and a couple picks, I think. Later on, when we lose to the Toronto Raptors, with that triple bounce, it all went downhill from there. JJ Redick did not re-sign. Jimmy Butler did not want to stay there. Jimmy Butler gets traded to Miami. We get Josh Richardson. And then, you know what he does? he gets us Al Horford over $100+ million contract. So we all thought, okay, we're going defense, we're going high ball, Joel Embiid stopper, right? We got them. And then we had Brett Brown, who he signed to an extension in 2018. Al Horford comes in, and then we thought it was all going to be good. We thought it would be great. And then it went downhill, with the whole Brett Brown, the whole spacing not working, everything was just a huge mess. And then when we got swept by the Celtics in that playoffs, it went uphill. We got Doc Rivers. We fired Brett Brown first. We got Doc Rivers. We got the whole coaching staff, right? We got Morey, the god Daryl Morey. The first move he makes is to get away Al Horford for Danny Green, and then we get rid of Josh Richardson, right? We just get him away. We get Seth Curry from the Dallas. Elton Brand takes a step back and let Daryl Morey do everything. Let him do everything. He has full control. So you have to think about it like that, right? For his tenure, I think it's like 50-50. If I have to give it a grade, just for Daryl Morey alone, that's an A. But for the whole Al Horford, the whole Josh Richardson thing, I'll give the whole thing a B+, grading on the whole tenure. So that's how I would rate Elton Brand's tenure as the Sixers GM. Thank you for having me on, bro. It's been a pleasure, and don't worry, you will be on my channel soon. We will do a Sixers roundtable. You name it, you got it. All right? MK out. See you, dude.
Go sub to Mitch's channel. All of the links to his joint will be provided in the description. It is Mitch Kofsky, 2 words, Mitch Kofsky. I appreciate you for stopping by, dog. We are in the midst of a giveaway. I'm giving away 3 Sixers memorabilia items. Well, 2 of them are. One is a Kobe Bryant poster. Details of the giveaway will be in the description. Go follow me at The Ben and Joe Show. Basically, all you gotta do is be following me at The Ben and Joe Show, link down below, and sub to this chat channel. Once you DM me a screenshot showing that you are a part of the community, you will be automatically entered into the actual drawing, which will be held the week of May 24th, which is the first week of the Philadelphia 76ers playoff run. I want to thank everybody for pulling up and listening to A Brother Think. Like, comment, subscribe, and share with a Sixers fiend if you feel so inclined. Thank you again to Mitch. What do you think about the man, the myth, the legend, Elton Brand, and his job as Sixers GM up to this point? As always, them boys are mad because the process worked. My name is Cain, and I will see you next time. Peace.